Okay, Keisha, we have to figure out what we're gonna do for the theme song.
Ouch.
What do you
Oh
think we
wait,
should
no, no,
do
no,
for
no,
the
no,
theme
no.
song?
Okay, you want to hear me? Okay, I could beatbox. A dead ass can beatbox.
Okay, what that sound like?
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots
Yeah,
and boots.
keep doing it.
You serious?
Keep doing it.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots
Yeah,
and
yeah,
pants and
yeah. And then you
boots and
gotta come
pants and
in
boots
with like some crazy electric guitar, like
and pants and boots 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 and
Are you ready to riot?
Hey everybody, welcome to the Pink Riot Comic Show where two black women talk all things comics, movies, and pop culture, but black and brown folks. I am Keisha, aka Hot Havoc, and here I have my amazingly, awesomely talented co-host Brie. How you doing, love?
I'm doing all right. You know, it's a day. Today was crazy busy. Um, yeah, but we out here. We made it. Y'all, I was
We made
literally like, I'm gonna be late.
it.
But we made it. So it's all good. How are you, love?
Watching our rights get stripped from us. Um, that's been interesting, but trying to find pieces of joy and, little bits of happiness here and there. Um, just to like get through it all
Hmm.
and, find enough energy to fight another day. Um, I've been trying to find more cosplay, like more pieces for the cosplay. I've been struggling.
Same.
Um, like hard. Okay. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
like talk after.
Revise. Yeah. Let's
Because
figure out
it's been a
2.0.
it's been a struggle staying on budget and yeah.
That
So
part. Yeah.
yeah, doing all of that and I guess getting back into reading. I'm finding that I haven't really been reading these last few weeks, which
Yeah.
is like, you know, I want to say it's a reading slump, but then I'm like, no, I'm not about to put the onus on me. Shit has
Right.
been hell lately.
Yes. Facts.
And so like that won't be on me. The world is like on fire right now, and it's okay to have to take a step back.
Yeah.
So that's been it.
Yeah, don't definitely don't feel bad about the slump. It's I haven't like agreed to that classification as of yet as of late either cuz it's literally so much and it's I kind of have just been like, well, I'm not they can't have that too. Like that's my
Mm,
supposed to be my like escape, my happy place, whatever. So I've been like deep in my audiobook bag, like
mm,
to kind of like try to trick my brain or like force myself into getting into it. So between that and like going down the funnest and dopest of music rabbit holes, that's the only way I've been able to like continue reading something, but it's definitely like
mm.
been strictly audiobooks and comics. Um, and I've been coloring and painting and crafting while I'm
What?
listening to it to
Yeah.
like make my brain focus on whatever I'm doing with my hands and still be able to
Mm-hmm.
listen to whatever in my ears. And I've also been like leaning heavily into my like mood reader tendencies. Normally
Mm-hmm.
I'll like limit myself like, okay girl, we've started like 4 books, so let's stay locked in there before things start kind of mushing together. But like I've just been embracing the chaos and very much being like, this is the vibe that I'm expecting from this book. So in my brain
Mm-hmm.
it like represents this thing, and I've just been flipping through them and it's been helping a lot because like I do have to make sure that they're very different stories so that way they don't get mushed together in my brain, but
Mhm.
it's working pretty well, and I've been reading more romance because of it, because I have to have a romance
Same.
breaking it up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've actually oddly been reading more because of this. Have I finished anything this month? No, because we're literally in the middle of like 7 different things right now, but I'm still,
Mhm.
and I'm like, that's fine.
No, same. I think I've only finished one prose novel. It's a nonfiction.
Yeah.
What is it? Misbehaving at the Crossroads by,
Okay. What's
Honore.
that about?
It's oh man, it's like this combination of a memoir slash like literary criticism slash just like random musings that she has. It
Mhm.
is so good. Like it's something I would recommend to anyone who's really trying to like understand the basics of Black feminism
Mhm.
and like how critical fabulation works in nonfiction, which is really cool. And just,
Mhm.
like, getting to know Honore Jeffers as, like, a person, I'm like, "Yo, this" like, I would love to interview her one day. She just seems super amazing. I feel like I want her to be family eventually, like, I know this is, like, a reach in terms of, like, parasocial relationships,
Is
but,
it?
like,
Is it
in my
though?
mind in my mind, I'm going to be interviewing her one day.
Mhm.
Um, but
And
yeah,
we're just gonna leave it at that. Like,
at that.
yeah,
But not
period.
like that's the only one I've been reading, and I've just been doing, like, a lot of scholarly articles.
Mm.
Um, like, today's topic had me deep in my research, which I'm really, really proud of and really, really excited about.
Love that.
But yeah, I've been reading articles and comics here and there,
Mhm.
but it's really just been trying to get to the next day.
So you're still reading. Whatever.
Yeah, but it's not something that I could be like, "Oh, guess what I'm reading," online and stuff like that. It's like, here is why the world is crap. Everything is ran by an oligarchy. This is why racism is in everything type
And then
stuff.
you
I'm
literally
like,
just cite your sources and like, which is why this is what I've been reading. Like, so yeah, 100%. Jana's in the chat saying, "Put it out there." Period.
that's
Love it.
fair. Let me figure that out.
Yeah, like that. That counts. And like you have very much been in your blurred library bag, so the people who follow you know what it is. And
This is true.
I'm I while those things aren't things that I gravitate towards to read, it's always fascinating to get like a quick little Professor
Mhm.
Keisha ism. And I'm just like, oh cool. It's like I love learning those things from you because you're so passionate about it. Would I have chosen to read that book or any of those articles myself? Probably not, but
Yeah, they're a lot. I
it's
won't
still
even
very
hold
much
you.
a vibe. I think it's you have a real talent for like that's why I know you're a good teacher even though I never seen you teach because you just have a talent for like bringing it and making it feel tangible and relatable regardless of what you're talking about. So,
Yeah.
girl, you've been reading. Tell the peoples what you've been reading.
Oh, I mean, we'll definitely get into it today because
For sure.
today we are gonna be talking about superheroes.
Super.
And yeah, like so like this weekend, both of us are trying to do like this bi-coastal of vlogging of watching Supergirl. And
Yes.
it's really had us thinking about like superheroes and the fact that a lot of superhero movies these days and superhero stories, especially when they are related to women, Black people, queer people, like people got a whole lot to say, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and so we just wanted to talk about that and figure out like what is it? Is it actually like people being tired of it? Is it actually people having an issue with the genre, the type of people who are being centered? Like what do you think it is? Um, so let's start. I'm gonna start with yeah. So I'm gonna start by asking you. two questions. And first one is, what was your first introduction to superheroes? And do you consider yourself a quote unquote superhero girly? Shout out to Raven for that terminology right there.
um I am pretty sure that my first like exposure to superheroes was like very typical in that it was like X-Men and Batman cartoons and stuff when I was little.
Hmm.
Um, but I think that like in my mind they were one version of things of superheroes, but I was very much I've always very much been a girly pop. So in my brain, like my first for real superheroes were like the Spice Girls and my mom.
Stop it.
Like actually, like
Please
my
explain the Spice Girls.
well, okay,
Or
so
is it because of the movie? Because
well, not even the movie. It was just kind of like um it was a and this is a whole separate conversation that will, maybe a rabbit hole we visit some other day, but I was watching this reel the other day and this woman was like, if you look at like the Spice Girls time in history, they're literally a blip compared to a lot of other people, but because we were like in the in amidst the Kool-Aid, like while the hype was
hmm,
real, it felt like it was a long time, but really they were only like popping for like 2.5 years at best.
yeah,
But the impact that they had like
at least
globally,
in America. Yeah.
well, no. Like from the time that their introduction first single through
Hmm.
to like the second album, which was arguably like the last poppin' album from them because they did do some other stuff after Ginger Spice left. That was only like 2.5 years,
Wow.
and they like were mega globally, which is I think was a big part of the impact. Exactly, Chell.
Hmm.
They were global. So
Yeah.
we felt it everywhere, and you would think that they were like bigger in the UK before here, but no, they like
Right.
hit the ground running with the first single and it just kept going from there. But anyways, without going down my full Spice Girl tangent, they felt like superheroes, the my first like for real superheroes outside of like my family versions of that, because they sort of reframed the way that I viewed myself as like a young woman and the potential impact that I might have on the world and my like autonomy for decision making and what was defined as like girlhood and whatever. And mind you, I'm like, this is bitty Brie. Like I'm not, exposed to a lot of other stuff, but that's how it felt. Like the impact of them existing and changing everything that I knew about like girlhood for me,
Hmm.
they felt like superheroes to me at the time. And it was globally like accepted and it shifted the way a lot of people like talked about, the whole girl power movement and all of that type of stuff. It felt very real to me in that way. And like I was obsessed, like the biggest Spice Girl fan ever. Like the movies, the music, the dolls, the video games, like your girl was obsessed with the Spice Girls. um so yeah, and in my mind I've always been a Sailor Moon girly, so if I had to give you an actual, superhero,
Hmm.
I would couple them kind of together because that was all at the same time for me. But yeah, I would say those are the first ones. And I didn't I never pictured myself as like a superhero girly. I was more of a
Hmm.
magical girl girly because of
Yeah.
Sailor Moon and all of that. But I guess it's the same kind of bucket of experience. I just didn't lean into it as hard because like I remember a lot of people being obsessed with like Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles and all those types of things, and
Hmm.
the girls were just like, oh well, that one is the cooler one, the smart one, or we got the pink
Yeah.
ranger, the yellow ranger, whatever, like all those types of things. And it always just felt kind of like, obviously we're more informed about difference in experience regardless of gender, but I very much leaned into the magical girl side of everything and liked that more than like the typical superheroes because there weren't a lot that felt as powerful as the Spice Girls for me. So that's just where I'm
I
at.
find that like, we always sit not always, but, like, in terms of our experiences,
Yeah.
always, like, almost like a 180 for us.
Yeah.
Because for me, it was very much, like, 3 different things. So, it was Robert Townsend, especially.
Mm,
Like, him, Meteor Man, like, was one of my first ones,
mm,
then it was the Wayans Brothers, Blank Man, and all of that. Like, it was
yeah.
those. That was, like, my first foray into superheroes. So, like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even anything related to any kind of comics or anything like that. They were my first introduction, and then I kinda, like, backtracked and fell in love with Power Rangers,
Hmm.
and that was my thing. Like, you couldn't tell me
Yeah.
that I was not the Yellow Ranger at any point in time in my life.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
that was it. Like, and I was one of those people who watched every single season. Can I tell you every season right now? Absolutely not. But I know for a fact that I stopped at Lightspeed Rescue in the 6th grade when
you're
everybody else
locked
had stopped. Yeah. I was locked in. You couldn't tell me that Lightspeed wasn't the best season for
in.
me. Like, it was absolutely fantastic, even though that is like propaganda now that I'm thinking about it in hindsight. Like, that can a lot of things can be said about that. But like, I love Power Rangers specifically.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so like I didn't really get into like animated superheroes, anything like that until like I was a teenager.
Mm.
So I know I can't consider myself a superhero girly. Like I'm not someone who easily gravitates to superheroes. And I think it's because my introduction to it was very, very black. Um, you
That's
know,
fair.
yeah,
That's
like
fair.
because it was always very critical. If it wasn't critical, it was laughing at the whole genre as a whole. It was a parody of the genre.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like
I think
I
that speaks
I
a lot to it too, though. Like we've both been avid readers like our whole lives.
mhm,
So it just kind of when you're constantly reading, you kind of get familiar with different types of tropes and what you like and you can kind of there's a certain predictability to some aspects of your reading and all of that and then you kind of learn what you gravitate towards. So
mhm,
it makes sense why both of us kind of had like out of the box views of superheroes because it wasn't like the main or the first or the only exposure to
yeah,
that concept, you know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
like why would I emphasize these like caped figure men whatever that don't represent anything that I'm interested in if I've already been reading, about whatever heroines or whoever that I actually admire or I think context of like kind of what a hero is to you or like what is most important to you kind of makes a big difference in and
yes,
also exposure. It makes a big difference in how you view superheroes as a whole, like to start for sure.
absolutely. That's actually where I landed on because, like, when we were having our meeting about, what we were gonna talk about, and we landed on superhero fatigue, I was like, "Well, 1, why is this a thing? Like, how do people, like, rectify that feeling that they have? Or, like, where does it come from? how does it connect with pop culture as a whole? And so naturally went down this deep dive. So do you know what superhero fatigue is, like, specifically?
I feel like I would frame the superhero fatigue like title or whatever around the current view of superheroes in media. Like,
Mhm.
and I think that it's mostly framed around like I hate to say it like that, but it's mostly framed around like the casuals or the normies who like the only I know those are terrible
Said like
terms.
a slur.
I don't know how else to say it. Like I don't know what should I say instead. You know what I
I
mean?
have
But
no other explanation.
exactly. So I feel like casuals was keeping it cute. You know, the
Yeah,
casuals,
yeah, yeah.
the people who casually consume superhero media. So the only way that they've really been exposed to it is via not filthy
Yeah,
casuals.
Janet.
Oh my god,
Filthy.
the the filthy their only exposure to it has been like the recent like over flooding, oversaturation of superhero movies
Mhm.
and shows. And it's just kind of like I could completely understand why people would feel like they have superhero fatigue or they're fatigued of experiencing these types of stories if those are the only ones that you're consuming.
This is true.
Yeah.
That essentially is it. Like, apparently the term has been around since, like, the early 2010s, so, like, 2013, between there. Um,
Marvel
and
boom.
yeah, like, when people started realizing that the phases were gonna continue and there were gonna be more stuff coming out, people are
Or
like,
I should
"Alright."
correct that, MCU boom, not Marvel boom. Now,
Yeah.
let me make sure that we're clarifying that because I know y'all like to tussle. Don't come for me. I know what I'm talking about. MCU
Right?
boom in the early, 2000s, 2010s when
And
things
then
started.
Jana says, "A lot I think a lot of it is algorithm too. If you are chronically online, raise his hand, it will be in your face all the time and feel like the only option." That's fair. Like, that's definitely fair. Like, I know while my personal algorithm is not set to strictly that, I know the Pink Riot one is. So it's, like, everywhere, and which is not necessarily a bad thing, but, like, your algorithm could definitely look like that.
Mhm.
Um, I think I think it's not just casual readers that are tired, right? Like, we're all I mean, we've
Well,
said it
you're
on the
being
show
very
multiple
kind
times.
by saying readers because I did not even include that in there. When I say casuals, it's like if
Screaming, screaming.
actually though, like if you're I wouldn't if you're reading comics, I wouldn't consider you a casual because that's like it's easy for us to forget that we're literally like a niche within a niche within a niche because the average person doesn't read for real. If we're being so well, the average
Yeah.
American doesn't read if we're being if we're being so
Yeah,
for real.
but
And
I
then
feel like there are casual readers. Like, there are people who are, they're wild where they'll just, like, randomly be like, "Ooh, issue 32. Let me start here." And then,
nah,
like,
nah, babes.
yes, there are. I'm married to
There
one.
okay.
He's a
But
casual
that's the
reader.
thing though, he's not a casual literally by proxy because he's overexposed because you're his wife. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the average think about this actually, and you're a teacher, you know this. The the average person does
Yeah.
not read for real. Like that's why airport bookstores are the thing and where they try to sell most of these things because those that's the only time the average person will pick up a
Yeah.
book and that's
We're
if
in
they
a
are
literacy
reading.
crisis. People are not reading,
Right,
nor are they understanding what they're reading.
right. So then you take that small bunch of people who are actually reading on a regular basis. We'll just say regular basis because most people I forget where I seen that poll, but they were talking about like the average person reads like point
Yeah.
whatever books a
Um,
year. So yeah,
mhm.
but you got that small group of people who read regularly. of those people, it's an even smaller group of people who actually will go and buy a floppy somewhere.
Fair.
Like, and so of those, by the time you like condense it down like that, the reality of it is these movies that people are feeling are like oversaturating everything is their only exposure. So you got all the people, they're really marketing these movies to the people who don't read, because
That's
there's
fair.
so
I can
we're
yeah.
there's it's a small group of people who are actually going to pick them up. That's why it's always funny to me. I get the frustration because obviously we're readers, we're lovers of stories, we're passionate about these stories, so it feels like a betrayal that they don't line up with what we've read or with what our expectations are as readers. But they're
Mhm.
not pitching that stuff for us.
No,
It's not for us. It's for, they're making them for casuals,
I
because
agree
those,
with that.
that's the majority
I
and
agree
that's
with
who
that.
they need to spend their money. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. Like you're saying the oversaturation or the superhero fatigue. I think it's not mostly impacting regular readers.
Then I guess I'm also not considered a regular reader because I mean, I've said it on the show multiple times. I get frustrated seeing the sheer number of, you know, runs from the same comic book character. You know,
Mhm.
how we have, 5 and 6 Batman runs, happening at the same exact time,
Mhm.
or we'll have, like, if I go into my local comic book shop, there is a full bookshelf of just, like, brand new things, like, even when I walked in today, just
Mhm.
being bombarded really with, like, a full bookshelf of Wonder Woman, a full bookshelf of Spider-Man, a full bookshelf
Mhm.
of, Batman, like, it's just it's overwhelming seeing how much is invested in these mainstream, um, characters that have been around for decades,
Yeah.
right? With very little change to
Mhm.
how the genre operates. That's where my fatigue sits,
Okay, so I
currently.
think we're looking at, we're, which is not irregular. We're looking at it, the that we're looking at here superhero fatigue from totally different angles. Um I I would beg that I would want to call what you're describing something else. Because if we're being so for real, it's not the superheroes that are the issue in what you're talking about. It's
No, I
the
think they are.
character redundancy. Because
No,
if
I
they were
also think it is the storytelling aspect of it as well. I think, there's an
if
issue
it
with
were
the genre
okay, speak more about that.
currently.
I feel like if they were, if more of these like new superhero characters were coming out
Mhm,
and there was like thought and care and consideration into the representation of experience and all of that in those superhero stories, you
mhm.
wouldn't feel the same if they were different. But the fact that
No,
it's the same handful of characters that get a million books, so I don't think it's, that's why I can't say that it's superhero fatigue. It's the character redundancy.
I think it's hold on, there's a few things that have happened in the chat.
We just jumped right
Uh,
into it. We didn't even greet everybody.
right?
What's up, y'all?
So right, hey, how y'all doing? Okay, so for me, I see it as how the genre is currently operating. For me, it's not doing its the genre has to be restructured, right? So for me, looking at like the full history of the superhero fiction genre, going back to how it operated in the beginning, and this is where I'm gonna like make a bunch of tangents to like get to my point.
Get into it, girl.
So, like one, superhero fiction genre. It is a genre, right? It has its framework that nearly every story operates within or some variation of it. when you look at the role of a superhero, it has changed over time, right? It's
Mm,
done this thing where in the beginning we had good versus evil and everyone was just like perfect, we had perfect icons to look up to, right? And that was intentional during the times that these initial characters were created. We
mhm.
move into like later versions, silver, golden age, or whatever, and they've had to change over time. I don't think that it has changed enough to fit the time that we are in and what we're dealing with,
I agree with that for sure.
right? So like we're back in the day when it first came out during World War II, they kind of needed those characters. One, it was propaganda. Like we can like just accept that superheroes are inherently propaganda, especially coming from Marvel.
Yeah,
They needed to fit this particular archetype in order to like rally everyone into, getting in line, believing in a particular thing.
yeah,
We are now in a time where I struggle with how current superhero stories are helping society. Like, what are these stories currently doing that I don't know, rally us? How is it helping us currently with the
yeah.
stories that are coming out?
That's
I
why
think
you
that's
have I'm sorry, continue.
no, like I like you kind of see like bits and pieces of it trying to come out with people coming up with like amazing stories, but like industry as a whole is not quite supporting it the way it needs to.
Yeah, yeah. That's why you have people watching The Boys and not catching that Homelander is not a hero for real. Yeah,
Right.
we've definitely lost the plot in terms of, or actually, I guess lost the plot is a little too loose for it, for what for what you're saying in terms of like the way that superhero stories were initially made to be consumed. And yeah, it would
I
require
mean,
some measure of evolution for it to still be like wholly relevant right now. Um and I think that's another big part of it too, like why we have to deal with the neckbeards and incels like who have a problem
extremely.
every time there's a like woman hero or woman leading the team up or whatever, because in their mind the superhero stories represented one thing, and
Mhm.
because so anytime that they're representing anything else outside of that frame, they're immediately we have to tear it down, we have to like make it smaller, we have to
Yeah.
take away its credibility, all those types
Yeah.
of things.
Call it
So
woke, call it all these, you
yeah,
know, these things and all it does is just hurt us in the long run.
yeah, so then you have this like jumble of people or jumble of readers, jumble of consumers who like the majority of them are still viewing them in that lane. And then, you have this rash of new people who like want to see it for what it is and see more of themselves in it and have it represent the values that, they're currently, living under. And they're conflicting because they're like, well, we know that the neckbeards are going to buy this
Yeah.
regardless of how we package it up. And that's the majority, or the seeming majority of who's going to buy these books.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And I think that goes into like what we've had people say to us, which like rings true every time I think about it, is the fact that, while they have tried to make some kind of progress and change, like with DC and the absolute universe and all of that, at the end of the day, it's still regurgitating the same thing. It is still farming that
for sure.
same character versus doing anything, original and genuinely asking questions. Like I think Shell said in the chat, like it's definitely what did she say? Right, these stories are pretending to say something, but not actually saying anything. Pick a lane, be fluff or be real. And like when you
Yeah.
go into the history of a lot of these superhero comics, they were actually saying something.
Yeah.
Like one character, one superhero that I'm fascinated by. I don't think I can necessarily call myself like a fan because I haven't read a whole lot, but like learning the history of Superman and
Mhm.
like what he stood for and the fact that he was created by like two Jewish immigrants and like the fact that he like embodied what it meant to be like an immigrant and like protecting everyone and everyone meant everyone for him. You know, like that really meant something.
Yeah.
What is happening now?
Yeah, it's literally like a like I was saying, people have their ideas about what it was supposed to represent without like actually catching the context, and that boils down to that same literacy issue we keep
Mm,
coming up against. But
yeah.
yeah, it gets watered down over time because it passes hands, and at the end of the day it didn't matter what the core like mission or story was supposed to be representing. It's just what sells now, you know? What do we know will sell out, you know? Instead of what will actually be good or different or valuable or move the medium forward or any of those types of things.
It's so frustrating because we can absolutely move it forward. There are people actually like that got the stories in their pocket waiting to do these things.
Yeah.
But you know, the industry is not able to do it. Yo, shout out to Brayburn. Because they said it's too much of it is propaganda and false catharsis. And let me tell you, this is one of the reasons why I don't think I'll ever be like 100% Marvel fan.
Hmm.
And I think I've said it. I think I said it on New Blurred Order. Um, but it's like because of its connections to the military industrial complex,
Hmm.
it'll never really sit well with me.
It's also like if you're speaking about the all of these stories like veering away from the purpose of their origins, then you kind of have to take that into consideration for that too, because it doesn't have that same representation. Like you may, I feel like I remember that conversation because I remember being like, "Ooh, that was a bar," when you were like, you used to be able to get them for free, the
Yeah.
comics for free at like army bases or whatever, or
Yeah.
recruiting places and that sort of thing. And it's like, can you say that now? I don't think you can.
It's still Marvel is still being funded by the government,
Fun,
specifically, like
funded by,
so
but if we're
Marvel
being so for real, it doesn't have the same influence for them to
yes, it
even
does.
it as the
In
same
the
type.
last, movie, they had an Israeli, police officer. Like, it's done intentionally, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's not across all
Oh,
comics 'cause it
I
definitely is.
understand the propaganda aspect of it. I'm just saying
Mhm.
that the idea that, the army or whoever can use comics as a tool in that way now is kind of laughable. They may be able to put that imagery in front of you in movies and stereotypes and that sort of thing, but it's not. I don't know. I feel like that's
Because
across.
of the literacy,
Yeah.
crisis you're talking about?
Yeah, it's the
I
same type.
mean,
And in terms of the exposure in movies, it's like that's across the board. That's not just a Marvel issue at this point.
I guess what I'm saying is, yes, it is across the board
Mhm.
completely, but it's especially different with Marvel for me
Mhm.
because they actually have like from its genesis, they've actually had contracts. Like there are a number of films that were directly funded by our government and in the army, right? Like I said before on New Blood Order, you can definitely, you know, find their stuff for free on ARM basis. And yes, every project, all art is propaganda. We can absolutely say that, right?
Yeah.
We absolutely say that. But like it feels especially heinous sometimes seeing it so like
On the nose.
yeah, just not caring, knowing that that's what they're doing, you know. That was probably a huge ass tangent.
I mean, to be fair, you did say you were going to have several, so we're locked in. Fine.
But no, it's just I worry about the role of the superhero and like what it means regardless of the medium, whether it's comics, movies, even in prose, we do have superhero stories in books, you know, like
Yeah.
what does it mean? How do we move forward? How do we get people to ask themselves different questions? How do we put these creators who are pushing the genre forward and making like really cool not upgrades, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but like moving it forward. How do we get these people in the room rather than the people who have been making the same crap over and over and over again?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the answer to that is literally what we're doing right now. One might say what we're doing now. Yeah. It's just kind of like somebody in the chat, I think it was Jana, said something about, the literacy issue again, and really that's the core of it. Like, people aren't reading, let alone reading critically, and that like shows up in so many other spaces where people just aren't thinking for themselves for real. Um and all we can do to really like impact change in that respect is exactly what we're doing. Like, not,
Be critical of it.
yeah, be critical of it, and help other people find, their way towards that, is, be it gentle, however gently we're going about it. That you can't like force people to think for themselves. You can't force people to like want to read and learn to change the way that they think for themselves. It's very much a slow go exposure experiment. You know what I mean? um
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
unfortunately.
that's what I'm hoping with, these movies that are connected to comics. It's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you like this movie?" Like, especially with Supergirl coming up, it's like, "Hey, you like this movie? Read the comic, have a
Yeah.
conversation about the differences."
Yeah.
Like what you liked, what's different, you know, what why do you think they made these different choices or whatever?
Yeah.
Janice writes comment says, "Hey, do you think the person who made that thing has a bias or ulterior motive?" Fact.
Yeah.
Fact. Right? Like trying to figure that out is also very interesting.
Exactly. Jana says it won't change your mind, but it'll plant a seed, and that's exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. You the idea of being curious, for curiosity's sake, is very much like, oh, well, why would I do that when I have all these other people and things and places who will think for me or tell me what to think.
We need people to be more curious.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
it's required.
It's required. Clearly, it's not.
It should be. You should be questioning everything, every single thing. Like, even if it's just a clarifying question, you should question everything. Um, I saw a question in the chat.
Yeah, we've lost the chat. I've been seeing gems, but I didn't want to like interrupt what you were saying.
Oh, there's a lot in the chat. Okay.
Yeah,
You got it?
I'm trying to go back and grab. I don't want to skip over the question you specifically were wanting to address just now, but yeah, y'all are dropping some gems in the chat. I'm like,
Right?
I was trying to find a
So,
place to stop going back at, but every time I scroll up, there's something else really. How
yeah.
cool is it that the Riot
Right?
fam is so on point? Like, I love it.
I love y'all.
Like
This is dope.
we built this family brick by brick. Uh, um, okay. Sanju Flyin says the studios try to make failed comic book characters into superheroes, then superhero fatigue hits. That's an interesting take. Uh,
Yeah, I don't think I necessarily agree with that because some of
mhm.
the ones that failed, you know, in the box office, they were actually good. People just,
Yeah.
didn't like it because it was all women led,
Oh my
black
god.
women who was directing it,
Don't
like
don't get
it was a
started.
diverse it was a diverse cast that had queer people and, someone who was deaf, like
Or it didn't fit the mold of the typical superhero show or whatever.
right. It
Because
didn't
like
hit the plot points the way they wanted their nostalgia to be hit. And
exactly the reason why shows like Echo or Miss Marvel or even Moon Knight. I loved Moon Knight.
Moon Knight was fantastic.
Oh my gosh. And the way that people hated on it and slept on it and talked crap about it and yeah, all the things. Sorry. And then like while WandaVision wasn't my favorite, it was a very cool, different take.
Yeah.
And I loved those aspects of it. Yeah, you just like if you go down the line like especially like She-Hulk, the pure
Hilarious.
that She-Hulk got just because people did not want to see a, Latin woman be a superhero is crazy. Like
It's
they found every
ridiculous.
reason to try to tear it down and it's like really think about why you don't like this and if you can say it out loud, please do.
Right? Like, say the
Please
thing
do.
out
If
loud.
you can
Just
rationalize
be
it out
honest with
loud,
yourself.
please do. Oh, Chelsea Simone says it's the constant resetting of timelines to make stories that were made for a specific time period work for modern audiences when we should be writing new stories. That
Yo.
I agree with that quite a bit. It's been really interesting to see like the public response to the fact that they are literally going to re-release Endgame in theaters under a new name because they will have changed scenes and added scenes to make it make sense for this new continuity that they have going on.
Ew.
I'm very curious about
Gross.
it. Just I'll be watching it for science because it's like what what are they going to change? Like what are they going to add? Cuz I remember the like hype and the crazy like emotional experience of seeing Endgame in theaters. Like that's
Yeah.
what people like are gauging all these other things based off of now. They're like, "Oh, well, if it's not Endgame good, it's trash." And it's like there was a build up
Ew.
to get to that.
Yeah. It took, like,
So,
how many years to get to that?
yeah,
Like, simmer
they
down. How many
that's why
movies?
I agree with what Chel's saying. Like this whole like multiversal aspect made them stop thinking about why we would care about certain things happening in a story and more so just be like, well, how can we loop this bitch around to run it back for another however many, you
Mhm.
know, phases of these
And for
movies.
and for those who are interested in what Bree just said, Avengers: Endgame returns to theaters on September 25th
Mhm.
under the new title Avengers: Endgame Encore.
Yeah.
This is so unnecessary.
Well, to
And
make it make sense for what the after the whole Kang
Kang thing, yeah.
the fall of Kang, they literally had to like regroup and change
No.
everything. And
Pull a
Ah,
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, bring in the light skin on Viv, act like one reference, and that's it.
oh my gosh.
Why are we doing all of this?
You, I don't want to. I don't want to tap into that because I feel like not a lot of people will agree with my take on that whole situation. So we'll
What?
leave we'll leave that alone. The whole it's just wild to me that the way that that whole case around that situation went, and they were like, we're gonna wait until we get a verdict and drop him like a bad
Oh,
habit,
yeah.
despite
Mhm.
how all of that stuff looked. And the legit replacement is Robert Downey Jr., who, if he were in this current time, might not have made it to the role that he did because he would have gotten canceled for his stuff.
Iron
So,
Man was his redeeming, like, is how
right.
he
So,
came back. You're
yeah.
absolutely right. That's not a hot take at all. I agree.
Okay, period. I feel like I feel like the cancel culture in that scenario was wild to watch in real time because
Like,
I
regardless of how we felt about that man, like, we also saw what's his face, Ezra from The Flash, who was, like,
yes, the Flash.
horrible, and the fact
He
that
literally
DC
had like
held
grooming
on
and kidnapping stuff going on in that movie.
and
Not
DC
to say
held
that it
on
didn't
to that
happen
movie.
anyway. It's just
Yeah,
interesting to see
yeah,
the difference in how they were treated for those things.
it is. Like, the fact that Ezra, like, did all of those horrible things, and DC did not shelve that movie. In fact, they waited to, like, wait until everything calmed down and then released it still.
But they
The
completely made the Batgirl movie and never released it. So it's like,
mm,
whose idea was this? What
mm,
y'all got going on over there? Like,
mm.
yeah, it's wild to see. So yeah, I never thought about them light skinned Aunt Viv in it and just putting somebody else in the role. But they're definitely like jumping through hoops to get this to make it make sense. Um, so yeah. But I mean, they also kind of know what they're doing because I'm going to see it for science. So
I
they're
can't.
mission accomplished, like they're getting butts in seats. We're gonna charge you to watch this same movie again,
I mean, to
just with
be
a
fair,
slight
a
difference.
lot of shows do that, like Star Wars gets re-released
Yeah,
fairly
that's
regularly. Ooh, I do like that take.
I'm lost in
Almond Domingo
I'm
is
sorry
the
if I
very
missed something important you said. Run it back, guys, because I can't go back through all of this right now. Oh no, somebody said, what type of filmmaking abomination is this shit? Okay, yeah, what type of abomination is this shit? And then somebody said, I want a sequel to Eternals. Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
happened?
yeah,
What actually happened?
yeah.
Oh, people didn't realize that this re-release was announced? Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess Jana
Yeah.
made a very valid point. What? My chronically online ass missed that? I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how because they've. It's been wild to see the hot takes about this, but I agree about the Eternals. There were so many like cool and out of the way things happening in the Eternals. I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah,
that's gonna
yeah.
be real cool if they run this back." And then, sure enough, they didn't. I was like, "Dang, okay."
They're
Agreed.
not
Jenna said, "Now
giving
we're playing multiverse roulette and are."
mhm. They're not giving original storytelling a chance, and that's why people are bored or tired, you know? They're
Yeah,
listening to those the very toxic side of the
yeah.
fandom.
It's also been interesting to see. Did you see that compilation video where they showed like hell of the producers and directors of these movies talking about how they had never read any of the comics and they were
Oh,
encouraged
yes.
to, so that way it
Yeah,
wouldn't influence what happens. And it's like, it you can learn about something and not copy it. Like, if anything, it'll just make you realize how unoriginal your idea was. Or how
Mm,
bad your idea was because someone did something similar in the past that either did or didn't work. So
yep,
I think that was the wrong way to go about making sure that happened. Oh, I agree with this too. Quid pro quo
it
said
was.
Monica Rambeau's story was set up to be so awesome. Yeah, and they
Yeah,
really just fluffed off her
fumbled.
and Miss Marvel's characters. Um, the Marvels movie was fun, and I think it definitely had its place, but I also feel like leaning into Captain Marvel more than anybody else for that was not a good idea for like a
Yeah,
number of reasons. And then to hear that, like, I don't know, she's not that character, and I think her name is Brie, which makes me feel away, but the chick who like plays her is not like coming back
Lawson.
for things because she wasn't
No.
like well liked or well received. I think there was like some drama there. Don't misquote me because I don't know all of the facts behind it, but I do feel like that while the movie was fun and cutesy and good on some levels, they knew they knew how it would be it wouldn't be well received by the majority of like MCU fandom for those reasons, and they didn't do what needed to be done in order for it to be like protected or super well rounded. And I seen the like pearls clutching that you did about the movie, but if
I
we're being
enjoyed that movie.
I enjoyed it. I just felt
I
like
mean,
with
it
all
wasn't
3
really
of them,
connected to.
yeah, with all 3 of them in there, it didn't even have to be connected if we're being so for real. But if with all 3 of them in their like power level, power set, and badassery, they should have done more to develop the villain and the backstory of what was going on with that because it
Yeah.
felt like a throwaway villain. And that's
Oh,
nothing
for
against
sure.
the actress who played the villain because I love her down. I've enjoyed her in other movies that she just worked with the story that she was given and it felt very cut and paste villain for me. I think that coupled with while the risks that they took were fun to me and made the movie more enjoyable,
Mhm.
those coupled with the lackluster villain is why that movie got torn to shreds by a lot of people, I feel, because they didn't set it
I
up for success.
wonder
Yeah.
I wonder how much influence the studio had in terms of, like, who is a villain, because we know the people that we have interviewed here on Pink Riot, studio editor-in-chiefs, like, they always have, like, a certain type of character, like, "Hey, you have to have this character in this story," or it
Or
has
you
to go
can't
this
touch
way.
these characters because other people are
Right,
doing something with them. Yeah,
right.
that's
So, like, I'm interested to see, like, how studios, you know, influence what could and couldn't happen in Marvels, and if that led to its ultimate, how people felt about it.
yeah. I feel I
But
if we're being so for real, them going through with a like superhero women team up movie, they
mhm,
should have like put the time and effort into it to make sure that it was going to hold up in a lot of other ways because it was a first for a lot of stuff, and it was those characters like first big screen, well, 2 of them for their first big
mhm.
screen situation, and there was a lot of really cool, funny, interesting, different stuff happening. They just didn't give it the legs to stand on for it to be successful amid all the other stuff. It's like once you've seen how people responded to the Miss Marvel show and to, Monica Rambeau in WandaVision, it's like, let the beat build before you just
Mhm.
throw some shit up there, you know what I mean? Chell Simone said, oh, did I say that? Brayburn says, I was so mad about that, them focusing so much on Captain Marvel. Agree. And Chell Simone says, Disney forced the team to make a Disney movie and not a Marvel movie. And see, I feel like that's where the movie shined, if I'm being so for real. Like they took risks
It was
to do a
fun.
little bit of both, but they didn't give it enough oomph for it to have legs to stand on. So it leaned to Disney, which obviously the typical people expecting the same Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel, the same Captain America movie over and over again weren't gonna receive that well, you know? Bama says it should be a requirement to read the source material so you don't get a
Ah,
Super Mario Brothers. I'm inclined
they're not
to
doing
agree.
that.
Inclined to
I'm
agree.
like
They're
this,
definitely not doing that. They're encouraging them to not read the source material. So,
but what I do find interesting with this Supergirl movie that's coming out, it is well known that it's supposedly an adaptation of World of Tomorrow. And
yeah.
so like I'm interested to see what changes they are going to make to that story in order to make it like movie ready,
Ooh.
you know? So
Chell Simone says Disney has a formula. The writer for Miss Marvel said that the movie that was made was not the movie she wrote. And that's
see?
interesting as hell,
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Al Kebalan says facts build it up properly. Like, yeah, give it some legs to stand on because you know what it's already standing up against once it comes out.
Mhm.
Like, you've seen the
Ooh,
backlash that those shows got. Ooh. Ooh. Chell Simone
and
says
Madam Web was
happened to Madam
uncomfortable.
Web.
It was
I
uncomfortable to watch.
there was a lot of things wrong with that on a number of levels, and
First
that's
and
why I said
foremost,
we could
that
talk
lead actress.
about
My
Pluto.
goodness.
Why? Oh, don't get me
That
started
woman
on this.
can't act. That's
Do
where
not get me
nepotism,
started
like,
on this.
fails.
She okay, so here's the thing. I won't say that she flat out can't act because I've seen her in other things where that plays well, but I'm sorry, if you're playing a superhero, you have to have some charisma about you. Like that something has to play off well. Like I feel like the woman who played Miss Marvel is like a master class of
Amazing. Yes.
that. She's a master class of that. Like
She
you
lights
don't
up a room.
right. Like she held a lot of things on her back in that Marvel's
Yes,
movie. If we're being so for real. You know what I mean?
yes.
And it
And
doesn't
she
even
let
have
that
to
character
be
down.
right. It doesn't even have to be that you have to be like some comedic or overly hyped character, but you have to have some like personality or some reason why people want to root for you in that scenario. And I'm sorry, but the person that they had playing Madam Web is just kind of like, wait, what? What? Whose idea was this? I was like, isn't that the 50 Shades of Grey chick? Like,
It
what are
is.
we looking at? If we knew it then, why
She's
would
not
we
a
do
good
this?
actress.
I'm not
She's
even gonna
not.
say that because, like I said, that awkwardness plays well. And so, okay, prime example of this.
No. Kristen
Prime
Stewart.
example. Let me cook a little bit. Prime example
Mhm.
of this. Another actress who's the same type of way. Um, the chick who played Bella in the the
Kristen
Twilight
Stewart.
Twilight.
Mhm.
They had her as one of Charlie's Angels in the reboot,
Yeah.
and I was like, whose idea was that? You know what I mean? It's the same. Like, I get that some people have like a broader range and they can do a lot of different things, but I'm like, when did we see that? Where we thought this was a good idea for this movie, you know? Like, so I think that suffered from that quite a bit. And there were so many cool, potentially cool things about that, and it was another issue of not giving a flip about anything to do with the source material and then being like, "Oh yeah, we're going to do it better than them." And it's like, "But did you do your homework? Did you?"
Right. In order to do better, you must know where to
Yeah.
start.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
'Cause
LT says the biggest issue is MCU mainly had white male superheroes in phase 1, when you had 10 movies of that as the baseline, then you sprinkle in diversity, you're asking the new ones to carry the torch. That's what I was saying. Like, you can't just throw out a Marvel's movie and expect all the people who want to see 10 more Captain America movies to eat it up if you
Yeah.
didn't give them any reason to care, you know?
Yeah. Marvel, I mean, it keeps boiling down to mainstream comics is not doing enough
Mm,
to, you know, I guess get its fan base, keep its fan base in line.
mm.
Like it's not pushing back on anything that the loud, toxic part of the fan base is doing and saying. They need to be louder about how they're going to, push forth with new progress, original stories, all of that.
Oh,
Will be
dang.
looking.
Chelsea Simone says all the actors said that wasn't the movie they were pitched. I can't stand Dakota's voice, though. Fair. And then they also
Yep.
said, and you can tell they hated the movie during the press run. That's tough. That is so
Press runs are
tough.
so fun to watch because, like, when
Oh,
you see,
yeah.
like, yeah, and you're like, "Oh, this is why the chemistry was great," or "This is why it was off," because y'all hate each other. Like, it is so interesting to see it. I may not watch every movie, but I love watching them interviews, man.
Oh no, Quid Pro Quo says, like, I'm going to be 80 by the time Blade hit the theaters. That's if it ever does, because the way that
Right?
I'm so sad, like, for Mahershala, every time they push it back or change directors or whatever, I'm just kind
I
of like,
thought they
dang, I was
canceled
actually
it.
looking forward to that. Yeah, I thought so too. I feel like there's been a couple stops and starts with it, but yeah, I had to put it out of my mind because it was pissing me off a little bit.
I
Um,
can see that. I have no real faith in them doing that.
mhm.
Now, I do wanna talk about, because it's the most recent one, right? Help the indies. So here's my thing with indie superhero comics.
Ooh,
Some of them are great, I will admit. Like, they fill in the blanks, they fill in the gaps the way they're supposed to, but a lot of them are inundated with the same type of misogyny and very vapid storytelling that you see in mainstream. And
yeah,
I feel like we're not always able to critique it because we say we want to support BIPOC creators, we want to support Black, Indigenous, and other creators of color, but like for a lot of people that also doesn't leave space to give like valid critiques of the
yeah,
work.
yeah. Because they're
Because
not
like,
saying, "Can I write this story so that I can do this different thing?" They're just like, "I want to see myself." Or I've always
mhm,
wanted to write a superhero, whatever, and there's no thought to the impact, like the typical like social approach to these types of things, where they would
mhm.
potentially be able to address all of those things, is not there. It's like a I have to do my own thing, and I'm going to do it just based off of this, and I'm not going to get any outside influence on it. And so
I'm
it
gonna
ends up being
copy
more like
mainstream.
misogynoir, yeah.
Like, bar for bar, it's gonna be influenced,
Yeah, it's
and
just
it's
going to be brown now.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
or, like, you'll see, like, a Black woman superhero, or, like, you'll just see someone that you don't typically see in mainstream, but then it just has so so many things that need to be addressed in it, and, like, there's
mhm.
room for growth, you know? I do believe that people can get better over time, like, we should get better, especially as writers, like
Yeah. And please
but
understand, we're not talking about all of them. It's
no,
just
absolutely not.
we're speaking to the problem across the board. We can't speak to the problems that we're seeing in terms of superhero fatigue for the big ones, and not speak to how the same problems have a trickle down for anyone who's like itching to get into the industry or get their foot in the door in the industry. Chelsea Simone
Yeah.
says, critique me. I got a comment section and all. I won't know if you don't tell me. Feedback may or may not be taken, but I need to know. And that's a very admirable approach. That's like taking accountability and wanting to improve. A lot of people don't take that standpoint. Like, we've literally had situations where people like vehemently rejected the constructive criticism. Um,
Very much so.
and so it was just like, okay, say less, because we were trying to help you for free. So if you don't want it, that's on you. You know what I mean?
That part.
It's hard out
Mhm.
here, guys. there's
It is.
there's there has been so much stuff that we, in the interest of keeping it cute and keeping it classy, have not shared in this space. So it's just kind of like, yeah, it would be great if everyone took that view, Chell, but they don't.
Yeah.
If it's
But like
so, we're to the place now where it's like, if you ask us, we're not going to hold back for sure. But for the most part, we're trying to like keep it cute, keep it level.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like there are some amazing like we said, there's some amazing things that are out there. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of original storytelling, like even though there are the influences, you can see how they are pushing the genre forward, you know.
Mhm.
In my humble opinion, it's coming from women, specifically women and queer writers and artists in the
Period.
industry,
Yep.
'cause, um, I'm not really seeing that kind of progress, you know, that push. I'm not seeing a lot of men in the space challenge themselves
As much.
as much. There are
Yeah.
some, but as a collective, the menses are not doing there's not a whole lot of challenge there. So, like,
But
I
we
don't know
can't
what
say,
needs
we definitely can't say all, because we've had quite a few
no.
of them on the show who have like shown the work,
Yeah.
shown the efforts towards, having more voices in the room and all that sort of thing. So, yeah. Chelsea Mon says, I think my position is different because I'm an artist first and a writer second. So I'm more open to writing feedback because of my insecurities. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Period.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
that's a bar. Mr. Al Kebalon says, how you do anything is how you do everything. Ooh, ooh.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So hopefully we I don't know. I think because I know I'm still coming at this with the bias that I don't necessarily gravitate to superheroes. So like I understand that
They have a place, but it's definitely not either of our first choice for
right.
anything. Yeah.
But I wanted to succeed because I know how much hope a superhero comic can give people, right?
Yes.
How it can shape the collective in a very quick way, right? Shape the collective and show us how we can do more, we can be better, we can, change things.
Yeah.
So like I want it to be better. Just for that simple fact alone.
Yeah.
I need there to be constant push to change superheroes into whatever we need today. Like today we know that systemically it's no longer a good versus evil. It's no longer people are just a little bit flawed. We know that good does not prevail,
Yeah.
right?
It's all
like
very gray.
right?
Yeah.
Like we good does not prevail in our actual reality. we are living in a world where everything is on fire. So like, what can a superhero do right now? How can they rally us? And so I don't know. I'm hoping that there's a story out there that someone is cooking up a story right now that is just as phenomenal as like one of those classics that everyone looks
Yeah.
to change.
And that's why we support the artists we want to see and the creators who we want to see more from. And that's why we share them with y'all, because
Yeah.
they've got to pay their bills and have the comfort and space and opportunity to even put those types of stories out. So, no,
Yeah. Stop it. My main characters are criminals with good hearts.
love that.
You know what? You're right. That's what I
Mhm.
got from the banks. By Roxane Gay, it's like, yeah, it's a family full of criminals, but they love each other.
Yeah. That's why Keisha loves Etienne, and that's why Keisha loves
Ah,
Doom. These are facts.
yeah, like they have principles. That's something that is not really found
And
in
that's the
our
easy
world.
way to get superhero fatigue if the only type of hero that the only person doing the real hero work is a villain, that'll put you off superheroes all the way together.
Absolutely.
Keisha said, period. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm I'm interested. I'm willing. Like I'm always willing to give a superhero story a chance. So I'm gonna keep reading them
Yeah.
until we find that one that does
Hmm.
it, and gets the people going.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm
It might end up being a Pink Riot anthology. I don't know.
No, that's gonna truly cause a riot. It's gonna be
Yeah.
bloody.
Here for it. Here for it.
That would be really cool though.
Right.
Um,
Thing. All the things. It's cooking. It's cooking.
oh, speaking of okay, Chell says, speaking of superheroes, did you see the new art for Luna? Wink. I haven't been online lately.
Same.
Let me look at that. I like look, Lunella Lafayette. I hope we're talking about the same one, or are we talking about Luna from Moon the Storyteller?
So when we were last talking, remember somebody mentioned that there's that Luna and there's a whole other Luna. So I
True.
don't know. I would want Chell to speak more about that before. Okay, she is talking
Yo,
about Careless.
okay. I haven't seen the new art for it.
Yeah. Oh,
But BMD
Carla
nerd.
been working, okay? That feed is strong. You feel me? Like no sleep for the wild, you know?
Hold on, nerd said some of these indie superhero comics expand the world too fast. I don't even like the main character yet. Yo,
Ooh.
facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like, please work out that first story arc or two before you introduce us to everything else.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're still trying to figure out, you know, who this character is and how people are responding to them. Why are we getting 10 different characters at once?
Yeah, I'm going to introduce you to the entire universe before I even give you any reasons to give a shit about my main character. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um yeah, okay, Chel's talking about Carla's Luna, and if y'all can go to the Aurora Comics podcast and check out Carla. Her last name is Madrano, right?
Mm-hmm.
Check out her page and show some love to the art and the styles and the like little clips and stuff that she's shown about her book. She shared like a really cute like Wash Day Diaries energy vibes short, and has been having to like work overtime removing like the hater comments and stuff like that. and it's actually really dope. There's nothing wrong with a slice of life anime, so why not have a slice of life comic short? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and she's giving it to you for free. Like, you don't have to like it. You know what I mean? But if y'all can, go show some love. Tell them Pink Riot sent you. No, I'm kidding. But actually, go show some love because uh, she did her thing, and we want to be louder than the haters.
Yes. Hold on, which one am I looking at? It's
There's a couple. So
yeah.
I was talking about the new art, but I'm talking about she did like a short where they were like at the salon and people were like,
Yes.
yeah,
I
and it's
did see
beautifully done.
that.
Yeah, there you go. Quid pro quo says Luna, Storm, and Misty hanging out. That was cute, and I liked it. I think it was Misty. Yeah, exactly that. It was very cute. It brightened my whole day when I seen it, and then to see that like people were hating, talking about like this is why people like you can't write these types of stories because we want to see their heroes being heroes, not going to get their hair done. And it's like
That's bull.
exactly.
That is bull. I mean, the fact Stephanie Williams definitely has like I forget what it's called, but it's like a play of Live a Single. Like,
And it's heroes, yeah, living heroes. I think is what
yeah,
it's called.
we want to see it all.
Yeah,
Like,
literally, like that's a big part of the problem with a lot of those like regular characters. It's like they're just a blob of an idea of a person instead of actually having some characterization that humanizes them and makes their character, more expansive, their personality bigger or whatever. So it's like, yeah, that those are the type of comments that I want us to drown out because that's dumb. It's like you don't have to like it. You could have just left.
right. Like we've been wanting to see that since like the first Avengers movie with the what is it? When they all went to get gyros or gyros, please
Hmm.
tell me. Like
Hmm.
we want to see all of that. Like how
Yeah,
are like you said, like let's humanize you. Let's show
yeah.
that
The
you
other
are
part
one of
more
us.
believable. Yeah.
Mm, I would love to see that. Just like
Right.
washing your costume. Like what's
Literally,
this?
like everybody doesn't have an Edna mode, and I know you're not taking it to the cleaners. So how are you washing your super suit?
Right.
Unless it's a part of your powers, that's a very real thing. Like,
Mm,
hmm
right? It's there's a million different ways that they can attack this.
yeah.
So, oh, we're in. I don't know if you've read it yet. Did you read The World of Tomorrow yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
am reading that this evening because I'm going to see the movie tomorrow because I want to be able to
ooh,
for New Blurred Order because I feel like they'll be talking about it.
I'm going to see it Saturday morning.
I know that's why I didn't even bug you about it because I know you got guests. It's like a whole thing happening. But I was like,
Yeah.
shoot, it's cheaper to go because I'm gonna go see it 4DX.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So for those
Nice.
those who haven't experienced 4DX, you are not alone. Your girl loves to go to the movies, especially with my mini, and he loves the theater near us has like the D box seats. So if you haven't done D box, it's like a recliner style seat. You have like different buttons on the side where you can increase the levels of intensity, and the seat like moves and shakes and does all of this stuff so that you feel like the movie is more immersive. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. So we rock with that whenever. But our good friends at New Blurred Order were telling us about how the 4DX is more like a roller coaster ride because it's moving so much that like I was cracking up laughing because Vince was like he didn't even get to eat his nachos because stuff would have been flying and all of that, whatever. So he was like in between trying to eat the chips and never open the cheese and all that, whatever. I was cracking up laughing. But they said like they went to see the Mandalorian and Grogu movie in 4DX.
Ah, that was an
And
awesome movie.
right, and so they're like apparently the action parts, the seats are moving all crazy and whatever, like a roller coaster style. And when there's like motion or whatever, you feel air like blow past your head, and when there's like rain you get like a mist or whatever, like so it's 4D, like all the senses stimulated to match the movie. And so I was like, okay, I feel like this will be a good one to go see it in
That
that
sounds
format.
so stressful.
That's so
I'm
funny.
just
It's like it's wild to like see how certain things, certain people love parts of it and some people don't. Cause like when prime example of this, my sister came with me and my son to go see, I forget what the movie was, but we went to go see something and we got the D box seats. She turned hers off.
yeah.
She was like, "Nah, I don't like that." And I'm just like,
Mhm.
"What do you mean? It's so cool." That's like going to a 3D movie and taking the glasses off. It's like, but I get it.
Yeah, that's I mean, like,
Period. Chell
I'm
said,
happy it helps some people experience it, but I don't
"Yeah,
need that much immersion. It's
that's fair. That's fair." Yeah, my sister was like, "Nah, not my back." Chelsea,
right?
I'm too autistic for 4DX. It was way too much for my nervous system. And that's fair
Yeah.
too. I was concerned that, my son wouldn't be able to enjoy the D box seats for that reason, but he loves it. So that's why I'm like, okay, it's levels to it. You got to
I
find
have
your happy
so
medium
many
of what you enjoy.
questions.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, the water, is it, like, recycled water? Like, where
You will
how
not ruin this for me, Keisha.
I
We
have
will,
so many
so if you guys are
do they
curious about the difference in our Supergirl watching experiences, we will be vlogging our
yeah.
trips to the movies so that you guys can get sneak peeks of what the experience was like. And then obviously we're gonna talk about it on the show the following week. So you guys can get all the tea about our movie going experience and our comparisons of the book that it's roughly based on to versus the movie.
Yeah. See, Chell gets it. I'm asking all the right questions. Another one, how often like, does it have fans? How often do they clean these fans? Because am I getting, like, dirty stuff blown in my face?
I feel like the if these were like widely everywhere, I might have those same concerns because most movie
Mhm.
theaters aren't like the cleanest thing you've ever seen. But the fact that I live in Northern California, Bay Area, around a lot of major cities, and I can
Mhm.
count on my hand how many of these 4DX theaters are available. It's like
They take care of them.
exactly.
Okay.
That's why the tickets are a little more expensive, and that's why you can't just go to any theater to experience it. So I can only
Mhm.
hope that, it's still new enough and, you know, the latest technology enough that it's well maintained so I don't have to worry about those aspects of my viewing experience. Thank you very much.
I think the pandemic, spoiled me in a lot of ways. Yes, horrifying thing, right? But, like, to be able to sit in the comfort of my own home and watch brand new movies,
Yeah.
I don't know, I miss that.
Okay. I feel you on that. There was a lot of cool things that we learned about ourselves from that, but I think there's something special about like going to the movies and having like a whole experience of it and making an outing of it. Like ever
Oh,
since my was
absolutely.
like a little BB, that's always been our like uh
Ah,
mother son dates because it's
that's where
like
we differ.
there's not a lot like you can engage with the movie and have a great time with that and not really you can be out and not really have to interact with a lot of other people for real, but you're a
Mhm.
part of the experience. And so I liked movies before, but I love movies for that reason for my son now. So it just hits different when you're able to do it. He also is like he really wants to do like voice acting. So he will like say a whole movie to you and like do all the voices and the sound effects and all that whatever. So it's something different
That's
for him
dope.
when you're like go
Yeah.
like vibrate through your whole body, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. My kids, at least when they were really little, none of them really were the type to, like, sit through full movies.
Mm.
You know, my youngest would be the one running up and down the steps, I know, annoying everyone, right?
Oh.
Like, and Zion, when they were really little, didn't like being in dark spaces,
Mm.
and so that would set them off completely.
That's
And
fair.
with the oldest, we've had to walk out of movies because, like, they were just it was just sad
Mhm.
crying, you know? So, like,
That so
with
yeah,
the
you've had a difference in experience.
yeah,
Our
so I'm like, "Yo, I can at least finish a movie at home." Like
But yeah, that'll definitely do it for you. I'll say that our viewing experience has, like, evolved over time from when he was little, because when we lived in Texas, our thing was the drive-in movie, and that was because
yes.
they had, like, the car hop service, so you get your burger, your fries, and whatever, da, 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 but it was very community centric. So, like, you get there early enough so you get a good spot, but all the kids are literally like running and playing in the grass and stuff in the area.
Oh, that
And
sounds so
because
fun.
it's spread out like that, if he needed to stim or do whatever felt good for his body as a little, neurally different
Mhm.
person, he could do it and it wouldn't be a big deal. And then more and more theaters started having like sensory safe showings of different
Mhm.
movies. And so it would be like hella early in the morning, but you would see like all of the neurospicy fam out and about, and they all have their things that they need to like self-soothe. And the little area was like, if you wanted to get up and shout or do whatever you needed to do, it was cool because everybody there was on the same time. So
Wish they
and
had that
then
more where I
when he
live.
like kind of learned, how to have a difference in his experience or whatever, like he still will talk through the movie to me, and like he's
Mhm.
gonna say certain parts out loud because he loves a trailer. So baby, he that thing is memorized by the time we get to the actual movie, so he knows those parts. But yeah, it's definitely evolved over time, where at first it was difficult, but now he's like, nah, we locked in, this is what we do.
Oh, that's super dope. That
Yeah.
is really dope.
But
I
who streaming, there's that extra level layer of comfort of like, I could just do this however.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
we need to bring back more drive-in theaters.
Oh,
I
I
think
love a drive-in theater.
yeah.
And it was usually cheaper, and they
Yes.
usually did like a double feature. You were never going to the drive-in theater to just see one movie. So you pay that one price, and you pay by your car, not by the people in your
Yep.
car.
Ooh,
And so then everybody could just pull up and have a good time. So, yeah,
yes.
there needs to
We
be
we
more.
need them. We need more of those because
Yeah.
they I know I've done it, like, maybe once or twice in my life. It was
Mhm.
so fun to just be in the comfort of your own s clearly, you can tell I'm big on that, just being comfortable in my own space because I don't
Yes.
really like yes, we need to bring those back and make them more affordable. Because I saw
Yeah.
Bama talk about it before. It's the fact that movie theaters are expensive these days, and what you wanna watch in the theaters are not always in the
Yeah.
theaters for as long as you need them to see, you
Oh my
know?
gosh. Yeah, so like the way that I was furious about that, cuz okay, so you guys, I went on a New Blurred Order, shout out to the fam, we love them down,
Yes,
and
yes.
they were telling me about their experience of seeing Mandalorian and Grogu in 40X. And Vince, the main dude of New Blurred Order, was like, "Yeah, we're gonna sponsor for Bree to go see Mandalorian and Grogu in 40X so that she'll come back on the show and tell us about what her experience was. So I was like, all right, cool. I went on there to talk about Spider Noir and end up getting Venmoed money to go to the movies. It's great. We love them over there. But when I looked it up while we were in the show, there was
Mhm.
showings available for that weekend, and so I was just like, "Oh, there's a theater, this far away from me. I can just go to San Francisco and go to see the movie in 40X there."
Mhm.
That was literally the last weekend that they had it at that theater in San Francisco in 40X. And then if I was still going to go see it, there was only one other weekend and I would have had to drive way the heck to Roseville to see it, and that's like over an hour away.
Yeah.
And it's because what's that other movie came out? The He-Man movie came out,
Mhm.
and so Masters of the Universe, whatever you call that movie, that
Yeah.
movie came out, and so that was the next action movie that they were going to be showing in 40X. So because it's still so new, there's typically only so many theater rooms, whatever you call those, to that have the 40X capability. So as soon as the new thing comes out, they immediately bump out the older movie, even if it's
Ooh,
still pretty much a
doing
new movie.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that with Is God Is and I Love Boosters. Like I didn't realize that I had saw Is God Is, which is like phenomenal, by the way. Like
Yeah.
whenever it does come out, people need to watch it because it's an absolutely phenomenal movie.
Mm.
But I saw it like the last weekend that it was in theaters out by me, which was crazy because I may not have seen it, like, the first week, or I saw it, like, the second weekend. So it was only in theaters for maybe 2 weeks in my
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Same thing with I Love Boosters. I missed that, and it was
Yeah.
only in theaters for 1.5 weeks
The only
out
reason
by
why
me.
I didn't miss I Love Boosters is because Boots Riley is an Oakland native, so
Yeah.
they held it down for a little longer. But and think about Is God Is wasn't even shown in like any other format than I'm pretty sure like standard or IMAX or whatever.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't matter with the 40X, it doesn't matter how big the movie is cuz like I could probably still go see Mandalorian Grogu right now. Just on a regular screen at like a number
Which
of
is
theaters.
adorable.
But yeah, that 4DX, they're like, nah, we're going to the next thing. Exactly, Brayburn. Blinked and missed them.
Yep. I mean, but they are so good. I want people to see Is God Is. I think Bama said it. Yeah, it's an Amazon MGM movie, so it will eventually be on Prime. But yeah, it's a phenomenal, like, Sterling K.
I didn't
Brown,
catch it.
like,
No spoilers because I got
whoo!
to see it.
He's a wonderful antagonist, villain, whichever
Mhm.
you wanna call him. He
Did you
does a
say
great
Sterling?
job. Sterling K. Brown?
Oh, I love Sterling K. Brown. It don't
Oh.
matter what he's in, I'm watching it.
Oh, I want you to text me when you see him, like, finally come on screen and
In
talk.
the movie? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no.
yeah. Please. It's fantastic movie. Absolutely fantastic. Um, yeah. I think you'll
I've
like it. I
legit
think
been
you'll
in love with him ever since he was on I think he was on Hot Ones and was like quoting Shakespeare. He did like a whole monologue. And I was like,
Mm,
why is this man so fine? Something
I love
wrong with
when
me.
him and his wife are talking. Them
Like,
2 are amazing together.
literally, he is hilarious, but there's just that something, a little something extra. Have you watched what's that show with him in it where the underground city? Paradise. Have you watched it?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Not yet.
again, shout out to the fam at New Blurred Order. They were talking about it and I was like, let me go check out this trailer, see what they're talking about, because they were like very animatedly speaking about this show. And so I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, say less. Immediately, yes. Girl, I binged both seasons of that show in a matter of like 3 days.
Mm.
And it would have been shorter, but I had to go to work. So it's like,
Work gets
yes,
in the
period.
way.
Quid Pro Quo said Paradise is so good, and Brayburn said Paradise is so good. Yes. ate it up. Do you hear me? Exactly. The cast is perfect. So we both don't y'all love how we just be giving each other homework like you gotta watch this girl and call me when you done. Oh my gosh. We literally have to do like a whole show where it's like, all right, we've done all of our homework. Are y'all ready to talk movies and
You gonna
shows?
do all that homework? Cause
Yeah,
I
if
still
we
haven't heard nothing about Rooster Fighter.
you sure haven't. But no, for real. Okay, we gotta lock in and set a date like August or later, and I will
Ooh,
make sure that I do my homework. We'll have to make a
what?
we'll both compile our list of homework and we'll come together and talk about it on like a special
Okay.
episode. We
I
both
don't
gotta
even
watch.
have a long list because for everything I just talked about, I don't watch a whole lot of TV.
That's fair.
That is,
Okay,
yeah,
Bam the Blurred said he's also on Washington Black.
that was
I
good.
loved Washington Black,
That was good.
and I was so happy that the timing of when it came out because my work bestie slash twin Simone, hey Simone, bought me the book like right before the show came out. So yeah, if you haven't already, check them both out. Check them both out. Uh
Mm.
Quid Pro Quo says Paradise is only has one season left. Washington Black was good. See, the way that that second season ended, I was like, "What do you mean? What is you saying?" Oh my gosh. It takes a lot for me to get like that about a show. So you know it had me like locked in if I
All
binged it
right,
that quick and was pressed about what's happening next.
I'll check it out. I'll check. You said about a date after August. We definitely do that.
Kai, you ain't shit.
Sure.
Kai Handy, hey boo, says
Hey,
September or later.
hey.
She not gonna do homework in July, and you ain't lying.
Yeah. No, that's the birthday month.
That's my birthday month, and it's also con month, guys. So we got a lot going on. You know what? I love you, Kai, and she really just called me out, but it is facts. Don't give me nothing extra to do in July unless it's outside activities. Ooh, okay. And Chelsea Simone said, I liked Cross. Another show that New Blurred Order put me on to with Aldous Hodge fine self. Oh my days.
See, I love Alice Hodge. I just I have a deep burning hatred for James Patterson
That's fair. That's
that
fair.
won't allow me. So I want him to be successful in all things.
Hmm.
But I also wish for James Patterson to suffer greatly.
Oh, okay. That'll do it. You know, I thought about you the other day because I was binging this show called I Will Find You. And it's based off a what's that guy's name?
That
Corbin
sounds
Harlan.
familiar.
He's like another one of those type of authors who does like mystery detective whatever. It's on Netflix and it's called I Will Find You. That's another one that I binged in one sitting because I was like, wait, what?
Oh,
What?
I remember you talking about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is
Oh, this
another
is
one
a
that
new
you
one
would
because I
try.
literally just watched this the other day. I don't think I talked to you about that one, but it's another one that I
Sure.
binged in one sitting because I was like, hey, yo.
Then there must have been another one with a white woman lead where you were
There
like,
was
you were
another
just
one. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it, but it was uh I seen a video. It was a reel and it was like the first 90 seconds of the first episode. They were like if this doesn't have you like pressed to watch it, I don't know what will. And they were right, girl. I binged that immediately after. I'm trying to think of what it dang it. That they're two different things and I can't even think of the name of the
yeah.
show right now. But we definitely talked about that on another episode. So I'm finding that these like crime fiction mystery shows will have me locked in. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean it was the gardener's wife? Yeah, girl, give me a good who done it with a bunch of twists and turns. I'm locked in. Okay, Welcome to Derry was another one that New Blurred Order was watching that I did not watch because I know that it's a like it
Or
spin-off
yeah.
type of thing, and I was like, absolutely not. I heard that what's the theme song? A smile is something special. A ribbon is something rare. Oh, that is the creepiest, craziest. Like, I just no. I was like immediately nope. Cause y'all not gonna have me having nightmares. Nope.
I
um,
love when horror movies do that or shows in general where they like have the creepy kid music going on. I
yes.
like that. Now, like, yeah, let's make real nightmare fuel.
Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That shit will have me like turning the lights off and running to close the door in my own house at night.
Oh, you
Nope.
don't even do that anyway? I feel like that's you do that anyway. You gotta
I
beat the monster.
urge is stronger when I don't watch some wild shit. So no.
That's
Mm-mm.
fair. That's fair.
Exactly. Quid Pro Quo says the opening song is like, wait, what's going on here? Especially after cold open of the first episode. Yep. Yep. Chel Simone says the subversive nature of kids' music in a scary movie is peak. Hmm. Yeah, something wrong with y'all. Because no. No.
Yeah, tap into our deepest fears.
Oh, absolutely not. Nope, I'm good. I can do that on my own, thanks. But yeah, that song is like, oh, this is like cutesy. What's this about? And then you get the context and you go, oh no, absolutely not. So yeah, no. Mm-mm. Y'all, we done kikied about this topic of the week and didn't share our pulls or nothing.
At all. But to be fair, I don't have a whole lot.
That's fair. One that I do absolutely want to show is that my Kickstarter of Tuesday Blues came in.
Nice. Nice. I've been
Shout out
meaning
to
to buy that
Jay.
one. So now that you have it, question, is it a novel or is it a comic or is it both?
It's a novel, and it
Okay.
has a few um spreads that are like a comic page here and there,
I love
unfortunately.
when stories do that though.
Yeah.
I love when stories do that. So I'm
Period.
definitely gonna get it.
Navy baby.
Hey,
Hey.
Navy. Hey,
Chelsea Simone
hey.
says Tuesday Blues is so good. Yes, absolutely. She said also says it's like one of them days mixed with Monsters High, and I'm here for that. Period.
Nice. Oh,
Yee,
you
Navy
will?
said I will see my San Diego babies in San Diego. Ooh, ooh.
That's
Period.
awesome.
Y'all be prepared to be sick of us, cause the way that we're literally like about to just be outside with
Yeah,
all of our
outside.
ratchet things with all of our friends while we're outside. But I had to show Tuesday Blues that I thought I was gonna get. So they had two covers for this, and the other
Mhm.
cover is the main character with her love interests, and
Mhm.
she's got like three of them. One of them is a harpy, one of them is like a squid monster, and then the other one is death. And I thought that was the cover I was gonna get, but this is like the regular cover, which is still cute. And
Yeah,
it
I
was
like that
this
cover.
like insert that Jackie signed, and it
I
also
like that.
came with these cute ticket bookmarks, and I love them.
Ooh.
And if you guys love these, all I can say is be on the lookout because some other cool blurry baddies will be also having ticket bookmarks in the near future.
You said, "I'm stealing this."
Yes. What's crazy is that was like something that one of the artists we're working with came up with without us even saying it. So very cool times. But yeah, Tuesday Blues came. Had to tell everybody about that. Even if you didn't back the Kickstarter, you can still buy
Yeah.
copies of Tuesday Blues, this cover or the other cool cover that I mentioned, directly from Jackie's website. And you guys
Mhm.
know Jackie, we've had her on the show before. She's a gem and a jewel, so definitely go support her and
Yeah, she's the
her other books as well.
right, she's written for Monster High, and she is the amazing creator behind the Black Girl Book Fair, which we
Yep.
were a part of, like,
And we'll
and
be a
we'll be
part
a
of
part
it
of
in
in
October.
future, which is, like, really, really awesome.
Yay.
Um, alright, if we're only gonna do one thing.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what we were doing. I just really wasn't going to start with
No.
that.
Oh,
Um,
no, go ahead then. If you got
okay,
more, well, hold on, we jumped the gun here and
we did.
all of
So we're
that.
gonna share
Yeah.
you guys share the pool list with you guys. The pool list with hot havoc and the variant vixen. Oh no, just me. Okay, sorry. um, got some cool stuff. These are my pulls from last week because I didn't get to go this week just yet because work
Mhm.
be crazy. But this is one that I found. So I'm gonna say this a million times, and you guys just kind of have to deal with this. Shout out to the fam at Cape and Cow for being a superior LCS because they be putting your girl on. So, they have like a Pride spread out for Pride Month because they do a spread for whatever the month is, and this was a double whammy because Silver Sprocket is a comic imprint out of San Francisco, and they have like really beautiful art, lush, like odd titles. I don't know how else to say it. A lot of them are
Mhm.
very odd, and they're usually either by authors of color or queer or both authors. Um, this one is by HA. It's called The Chromatic Fantasy, and it's a trans romance. And look at the gilded edges.
Gold, yeah.
Look at the art style.
Oh, that's cool.
It's giving
Is
sleepless, but make it trans.
I
Like,
like the art style.
right? I was like,
I
okay,
like
I have
that the gutters, the pages are different colors because it looks like it's black on one page and then
black,
it's
brown,
yeah.
yellow, red. They literally
Yeah.
switch up depending on what's going on in the story. So this was a must. Um, and then I also got Haven and the Fallen Giants.
Yo, your comic book shop is phenomenal when it comes to stocking indie.
Yes, agree.
Mm.
Strong agree. And then I
Always
also
jealous.
got book 3 of Yan. This was one of the ones that me and Regine were talking about. It finally came in. And the rest I posted in my story. But yeah, those are the main things that I wanted to share out of my pulls from last week.
So how much of a short box do we have?
It's not. It's like this.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just
I'm
being
so ex
mindful. I'm just being mindful of time and the feedback that I got. So I'm trying to keep it locked in.
No, no, I'm just saying, like, that's small compared to what you've usually done,
Yeah,
and
I'm
now I'm
trying to.
just thinking, like, yeah,
I'm
I'm
cutting
like,
down.
July is about to be crazy when we go to all these cons.
Actually, I don't know because when we y'all we had a good little pink Riot heart to heart
We did.
about how we were going to be intentional about what we were buying at the cons, and it's very much giving like I'm going to be in my stickers, pins, and trinkets era, and
We did
also
say
just
that.
if unless it's like a con exclusive that I can't get it like from their site later,
Mhm.
it might have to get left. And I'm just gonna bring my bring my book plates for people to sign. So
That's
that way I don't
fair.
have to travel with things or necessarily, because if we're
Yeah.
being so for real, like I didn't get a lot of stuff signed last year. It was just kind of
Not in
like
San Diego,
things
yeah.
that we happened to buy while we were there. If the person was there to sign it, I got them to sign it, but we didn't like stand in line for signings and stuff like that for real.
At
So,
all. No. I think I'm gonna do the same. I mean, we said it in one of the last shows, but I'm gonna do the same for San Diego. But I think I am interested in seeing what comes out of DreamCon
oh, for sure.
because there will be more black and brown indie comics like there. So
Facts.
I'm gonna give it the good
We're
fry.
also like doing DreamCon more for the vibes than for the grind this year. So there'll be more
Yeah.
space for that. But yeah, the fact that they're back to back, well, not back to back, but kind of back to back in the same month and everything else that we're trying to do, I was like, let me. So I have my Hello Kitty exclusives and things like that I want to get, but we're gonna be trying to be balling on a budget at these cons.
Heard over under overstood. All right. So for my comics, I walked through my comic book shop. I couldn't find anything I genuinely wanted. So I literally only have things that I pre-ordered.
Hmm.
So shout out to Jasmine Walls. She
Hey,
was, you know, on our show. We talked about the last session. We talked about rooms. We talked about like a whole bunch of stuff. Vixen NYC. This is the last session, the complete campaign. So if you haven't read or heard about this story, basically it's this group who are, in their final stages of college and they're about to become adults. And they have been together since high school and they've been working on this campaign since high school. And so they are coming together to do their final campaign before they actually like become adults, and they're dealing with like the complications of friendship and how they're navigating like this new version of themselves. And so I read the first volume and absolutely loved it. So I'm really excited to now have the second volume. And so now that I have a duplicate, I think I'm going to like just give away the first one that I have, because now I have both stories in one. And I really like this cover. It's really, really cute. It looks like the second volume has a different group of people. And if you can
hmm,
see on the back, it's a very diverse group, which I love about Jasmine Wall's work. Like she's gonna put everybody in here. And she's gonna put
yeah,
everybody in the story and make it feel right. So yeah,
yeah.
I have that. And then quite literally only have two comics. So I have X-Men United by
Hey,
Eve Ewing. I'm enjoying this one because this one also takes a turn in feeling like they just got dumped into a D&D play, but things go real left real
yeah.
quick in it, which I'm really excited about. Um
I got the
is
Pride variant for that one.
Oh, that's so cool. That's Kitty, right?
Yeah.
Look at me knowing accent stuff.
Period.
Very proud. And then we have Zatanna, issue number 3. I have
Yep.
not read this one yet, but like I said, I've been enjoying Zatanna like this whole time. Um, I cannot tell as of yet if I am a Zatanna fan or if I'm just a Jamal Campbell fan.
You're 100% a Jamal Campbell fan. I don't even know why you asked that question.
Cause I wanted to like give her a chance. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever be the type of person who's like, yo, I love
You
this
wouldn't be
character. I'm
checking
gonna
for
follow.
it if it wasn't Jamal Campbell.
This is ah, no, you're right. Damn.
And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
Right.
with that.
But yeah, I'm very much enjoying this Zatanna story, and I'm very excited that I am actually up to date in all my comics that I'm reading.
Mm. I cannot say that, but I love that for you, babes.
To be fair, I'm only reading like 2 a week. Being very realistic.
That's
Even
fair.
though this
We're reading about the
last
same. You're just not buying buying
right.
this.
Okay. So Braeburn asked, "Did I read the Mariko Tamaki?" No, I haven't. I haven't read that run yet, but I have seen it, and I've been interested, but I guess not enough to actually read it. Maybe I should just get it from my library. I find that I'm doing that. Like if I'm not 100% sure of something, I just read it from my library, which I cannot stress this enough. Use your library.
Support your
Like,
local library.
right. They have quite a bit that you can like access. I love reading digital comics. I can't stand reading digital books. The digital comics, I love it.
Speak for yourself.
I didn't say I preferred it. I love it. There's something great about being able to like cozy up in bed in the middle of the night and just like read a comic.
Yeah, there's a level of carefree that you can't have with your floppies.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about damaging anything.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. That's how I read. I did read Supergirl World of Tomorrow. I'm interested in what you think of it.
Yeah,
I think.
I love the art style, and I love a space romp slash revenge
Mm-hmm.
get back type of story. So I'm loving it so far. I knew that I would. Um, but yeah, not quite finished yet, but I will be in time to see the movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mm. All right. But yeah. Oh, we at 2 hours.
We're right at it
Right.
though. So
Yeah.
shout out to everybody for pulling up. This week's question of the week really hit hard, so we had a lot to say about it. But we appreciate y'all for coming through and kikiing with us and sticking around for all of the hot takes, opinions, and gritty details. Shout out to all of you, all of our Riot fam for showing up and showing out for us. We're like creeping our way towards 2K on IG, and the followers and subscribers on YouTube has been steadily increasing, and we know that that's because y'all are spreading the word, spreading the good Riot word, and we're finding our fam, we're finding our audience, and we know we couldn't do that without you. So thank you so much for taking the time. If you haven't already, like, share, follow, comment, and subscribe to Pink Riot Comic Show on all US platforms. It really means a lot to us. If you haven't already, go to our link in bio and check out our Patreon, and shout out to all of our current subscribers. We really appreciate all of you and all that you do, and we literally do a happy dance every time we can add a new one of you to this list. We have free tiers for anybody who just wants to pull up for the vibes. We got something for y'all. And for the higher up in tiers you go, the more access you get to us and what we're doing and what happens on the show and what we'll be doing at upcoming cons and all those types of things. Now is the time to definitely get in there so you can have your say about what's going on the show. Yeah, we just really appreciate that space and all of the people in it and all that you're doing, so that way we can make these moves and go to these cons and see these shows and check out all of these books and all that type of stuff. These cons and these comics, they ain't gonna pay for themselves. So we appreciate y'all for pulling up and dropping some change. If you like today's episode, make sure you scroll up or scroll down and check out 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12 more of them, because we really do need those streams, and they make a world of a difference when we can say this how many times people wanted to pull up for us, and if you don't want to watch the show, just let it run in the background. Just click play all. Let it run in the background for a couple hours. Those streams benefit us too. We promise they do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like the show but prefer to listen and maybe not engage visually because you got stuff to do because we're all adults and we're doing our best, you can check us out as a podcast because we's a podcast now. So just, Google me, baby. And wherever you find podcasts, you will likely find Pink Riot Comic Show, places like Spotify and such. We are there for you. The show here is live on Thursdays and it is up and available as a podcast on Saturdays. So you can check it out in that format. Then make sure that you like, share, comment, rate, all of those things in that space as well, because we're trying to do numbers as a podcast and we need you guys to do it. And if you prefer the live vibes like today's show where you get to kiki with us in the comments and add your contributions, don't worry, we got you. We're here live at 5 every week at the same damn place at the same damn time with no weeks off because we love you and we love what we do. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
I definitely found more. All right, how many variants are there?
11.
Damn. Go ahead. No.